fourth grade. Today we're going to learn about two different types of tables. The first one's called a frequency table. A frequency table is a table that uses numbers to record data about how often something happens. The frequency is the number of times the data occurs. So this is a chart that shows data of Tony's reading times. So we're going to figure out how many times did he read for 30 minutes? How many times did he read for 60 minutes? So first I'm going to start by giving my frequency table a title. So I'm going to write Tony's reading times. And then on the left, I'm going to write his reading times. And on the right, I'm going to write the frequency. How many times did he read for those times? Okay, so I see on my data table, one day he reads 30 minutes. Okay, another day he reads 60 minutes. 30, we already wrote that down. 90. I'm going to find all the new data points. So 120. Okay, I see 60. We got that. 60, 30, 90, 120. Okay, so these are all the different times he reads for. A few times he reads 30 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, and 120 minutes. So how many times does he actually read for 30 minutes? 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't see, 5. So frequency, how often something occurs. 5 times Tony read 30 minutes. Okay, let's do 60. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 times the frequency, 4 times Tony read for 60 minutes. Okay, how many times did he read for 90 minutes? I see 1, 2, 3. So 3 times he read 90 minutes. And how many times did he read for 120 minutes? 1, 2, 3. So how many times did Tony sit down and read in total? Well, we'd have to count up all the frequencies. So 5 plus 4 is 9. 3 and 3 is 6. 9 plus 6 is 15. So 15 times Tony sat down and read. 5 of those times he read for 30 minutes. 4 of those times he read for 60 minutes. 3 of those times he read for 90 minutes. And 3 of those times he read for 120 minutes. So the data that we were given was just the minutes that he had read each day, and we made it into a frequency table. Now I'm going to show you another frequency table that's already made. Brendan's mom recorded the amount of time Brendan spent practicing the piano every day for 1 month. Which amount of time did Brendan practice the most? So here's the time he practiced out of an hour. So 1/6 of an hour, 1/4 of an hour, 1/2 of an hour, 4/6 of an hour, 3/4 of an hour. So out of all these times that he spent practicing each day, which one did he practice the most? Does he usually practice for 1/6 of an hour? Does he usually practice for 1/2 of an hour? What do you guys think? Well, if we look at our frequencies, 9 times he practiced for 4/6 of an hour. So this is the time he practiced the most. 9 of the times he practiced 4/6 of an hour. Look at all the other frequencies. They're less than 9. So frequency tables tell us how often something occurs. Now, there's another type of data called a dot plot, which is really similar to a frequency table. It also shows the frequency of data, but instead of in a table, it shows it on a number line. So here's another data set. It says Scott is training to run a half marathon. He recorded the distances he ran in a table. So one time he ran 4 miles, another time he ran 8 miles, another time he ran 8 miles. Use the data in the table to make a dot plot. So we're going to do this very similar to the frequency table, but instead we're going to do a number line. And we're going to find this least amount of miles he ever ran. I see 4. Do you see anything less than 4? No. Okay, so I'm going to put a 4 here. 4 miles. Okay, 8, 7, 5. Okay, so sometimes he ran 5 miles. Do you see a 6? I don't see a 6. What about 7? I see 7s. I see 8s. And I see 9s. Do you see 10s or anything else? No, I think that's it. So we ordered our numbers on this number line. So sometimes he ran 4 miles, sometimes he ran 5 miles, sometimes he ran 7 miles. So just like the frequency table, we're going to figure out how many times did he run 4 miles. So I see 4 miles here. To represent this 4 miles, I'm going to put a dot. So one time he ran 4 miles. Oh, here's another one, 4 miles. So I'm going to put another dot. 2 times he ran 4 miles. How many times did he run 5 miles? 1, 2. So I'm going to put 2 dots again. See how, again, we're showing the frequency. We're showing how many times something happened. 2 times he ran 4 miles. 2 times he ran 5 miles. How many times did he run 7 miles? 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put 3 dots. How many times did he run 8 miles? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. How many times did he run 9 miles? Wow, that's a long way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, it's very similar to our frequency table. This is showing us how often something happens. Now, I'm going to show you another dot plot, and I want you to try and answer these questions. So a restaurant manager collected data on the lengths of time customers waited for their food. He represents the data he collected in a dot plot. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times customers waited 14 minutes for their food. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times customers waited 15 minutes for their food. Can you go through and try to answer each one of these questions? Go ahead and pause the video and see what you come up with. Okay, hopefully your answers match mine. How many customers waited for 15 minutes? Well, we just have to go to 15 minutes and count the dots. 5 customers. How many people did the restaurant manager collect data about? Well, each dot represents a person. So if I count every single dot here, it'll tell me he collected data of 21 people. How many people waited 17 minutes or less for their food? So I have to count all the dots that are on 17 or less. So when I count all these dots, I got 14. This one was a little trickier. How many more people waited 17 minutes or less than waited 19 minutes or more? Well, we know from the last problem that 17 people or less, 14 people waited that long. How many people waited 19 minutes or more? 1, 2, 3, 4. So what's the difference here? 10 people. Okay, I hope this was some good practice for you today with frequency tables and dot plots. I will talk to you guys later.